Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And Ding Dong. Ryan. 104.1 KRB.
Good
morning, everybody.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Wednesday, March the 20th of 2024, and it's 6 o'clock on the dot with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Hello, everybody.
That's fast enough. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
I want to give people next door, like next door app.
The next door app,
I still
yes.
get the Bel Air one, and people are always talking about possums. Right
yeah.
now, it's possum season. Let them just be possums. Don't
It
try
don't
and hit
bother
them with a
them.
shovel.
Is there
or
a season for possums?
I just feel like they're out right now. Maybe that's the time of year for them
Booster
to
find
get.
one, Kev?
Yes.
Yeah,
A huge
absolutely.
one in your
That's what reminded
driveway.
me.
Yeah, he just kind of walked up and waved at us and then kept on going. I'm not going to go beat him up with a shovel.
Some people
That's
get-
terrible.
But I do want to warn you, though, if you've got dogs and you're letting them out in the morning. Okay, so this happened with my dog, Mango. I let her out in the morning to go, tinkle before I go to work. And I heard this loud barking. And then all of a sudden I came out and she was in a tussle, with a possum. And she got cut up pretty bad. They've got sharp teeth.
Yep.
So if you've got dogs and you see one, bring your dog in because they will get in a fight
This
with
time
them.
of year, they eat insects. They do a lot of good things. They even
Yes, I have heard
snakes.
they're good for the environment, but we just freak out because they look so crazy.
they're ugly.
Yeah.
But did you see one in your driveway or something?
I'm just reading next door app. Everybody, that's all I see is
Possums,
what's this thing? What do I do? What do I do? I'm like, just let it
Let it go.
climb up on that. Sometimes you'll see it
On
up
the
on,
Garbage
fence?
can
It's on my
into the
fence.
on the
Mine's
fence,
Always on my fence.
Yep.
which is
Yeah.
perfect for them because they can
Look
eat
down.
things, look
Yeah.
down, get what they want.
Eat those bugs.
What's
They're
weird
afraid of
is-
you, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't
Well,
think
that's what
would
they
get near
freeze
you.
and then they do
They
that
hiss.
hiss.
They hiss.
And their
And then
eyes like are glowing because you'll see the light like hit it.
Yeah, and there's a whole reason why it's called playing possum.
Yeah.
Don't they just play dead?
They got razor sharp teeth, y'all. They got,
They have like a heart attack.
I don't know. I mean, there was one that in my old house, there was a power line. I had like the easement on the side of my driveway. So every time I went out to take the trash out, if I looked up, sure enough, there'd be a possum on the power line like a circus performer. And it would just stop and stare.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
It would just stare. And I'm like, oh, God. And my old fence line in my old house, cats, it was the highway for cats, squirrels, and possums.
Mm-hmm.
So you just always see them going back.
That was their
and
freeway. Do you think they
forth.
tell
That
each
was
other?
their freeway.
They take a left at Rula's house and go down.
The I-10.
There's a
of the
traffic jam
neighborhood.
over here.
It was the I-10 of the neighborhood.
You know what's weird, though?
Like,
I see, not possums, I see coyotes. Like, there are coyotes right across the street from me.
Wait a second. I was with my cousins are visiting from LA. This is a very common thing in LA to see coyotes. And we're driving, and she goes, and this dog just comes darting across the neighborhood. And she goes, oh my God, that's a coyote. I've never seen one move that fast. I go, what? She goes, that is a coyote. It's like on a mission. I go, what? And so I'd like stop my car so I could look at it.
your
And it
dog.
was terrifying. It was
Yeah, protect your
flying,
pets.
and it ended up in somebody's driveway, like near the trash cans. I was like, oh God. Because she said she has a cat that's an indoor-outdoor, and she'd gone outside, and the cat was sitting on the patio furniture, and she's like, come over here. What's going on? Come over here. And then she looks, and there's a coyote right to her left, just dead still,
Oh, God.
dang.
Yeah,
waiting to
frightening.
pounce her cat. And she was like,
If you watch Kirby Enthusiasm
Need you
this
to come
week,
right now.
Susie, one of the main characters,
Uh-huh.
she's walking her dog and has this weird vest with big spikes on it. It's a coyote vest.
Really?
gosh.
I,
Dog
don't
has
see, I
it
haven't
on,
seen
not
this week's
Susie.
yet.
No, the dog. The dog. It's like a little
Yeah.
7-pounder.
So it protects.
Look up
porcupine.
coyote vest. I don't know if this is a thing, but it was like I'm like, what
I'm
the?
going to Google it.
Because, they'll come over and they'll just like pick them up with their mouth.
That makes
Yeah.
senin It's
Well,
got like
you know where?
spikes on top.
Like
Oh,
out in
my
Los Angeles,
gosh.
and my daughter
Well, they were
doesn't.
saying that LA, her friends.
yeah, my cousins have coyotes in their backyard.
I was gonna say my daughter doesn't live far from the Hollywood sign, and around that area, you see a lot of coyotes, a lot of wild animals
It's
in that area.
mountainous.
Does a coyote go after us? Like, I
No.
wouldn't want to be faced with a coyote.
Maybe if it's rabid, but no, a coyote is going to run away from you, but
It
it'll
will, okay.
definitely
Now,
go
these
for your
vests
animals.
are different. Like these are little. I think on the TV show. Here's the one they have.
Still, though, there's spikes
Oh,
on
here
it
it
like
is.
a little dinosaur.
So it's like a porcupine suit.
That's what it looks like. Dang,
Yeah.
they're
It looks like
expensive.
That was
the
called-
metal prongs that people put on their like shelves so that birds don't land
Yeah.
and poop, and it's all over the
Ooh,
vest.
Hawk Shield.
Yeah, it's called
cool.
the Hawk Shield.
Hawk shield,
man.
so they don't like swoop down and grab
my
your little
goodness.
dog.
This one
Wow.
has huge
Like a porcupine.
spikes.
Hot pink spikes. That's really something else.
So that's actually, I like that idea for hawks because right now everything's out there. It's spring. It's
You ever worried
I
that
told you those buzzards last week that freaked us all out.
Yeah.
Those 7 buzzards skinning that squirrel.
because
Like, oh,
Eric,
God.
you have a small, Sebby's a small dog.
he's like 15 pounds.
Oh, okay, he's bigger now. But when he was a puppy, didn't you worry about something like that? Like a hawk swooping down and grabbing him?
Because in Bel Air they have that, what's that place over there? It's like, you can.
Like an animal
it's on
sanctuary?
Newcastle, Kev. It's
conservatory?
conservatory or something.
Uh-huh.
Newcastle?
Yeah, there's like a little place you can go in there, and then kids go there to
Like
learn
between
about.
West Park and Bissonnet or something? Or
learn
what
about
part of
animals?
Newcastle?
Yeah, between Bel Air and Bissonnetters. Not Bissonnet, past that.
Okay, in the Bel Air area.
Yeah, Bel Air area,
Okay.
Newcastle. There's an area there where people can go and you can walk through like a park. It feels like you're in the jungle.
Really?
It's different.
Yeah.
I used
Like
to
an
take
arboretum or
all those
something. It's been there
frogs,
forever.
all those frogs I'd capture in my pool. I used to go there and just dump them.
Oh, you did?
Oh my god!
Oh my God, Eric.
Cross polluting.
Well, isn't that just transferring
You're
their
screwed up the
location?
ecosystem.
No, because if they're frog, is that screwing up the ecosystem?
I don't know.
Because they're not frogs that he brought in from another country.
Better than killing them.
They were in his backyard. So he just moved them over to that arboretum.
Yeah, but-
Y'all go live over here, toads. That's where you're
We've
going to
been
be.
overrun by toads. We've been trying to solve this mystery for years. I was listening to the Roland Ryan show this morning, and now we know.
The toad.
Hey, did somebody tell us on the air last week that the June bugs are blind? Did somebody tell us that?
What?
I got a ton of them laying
Let me
underneath
look
my
that
lights.
Yeah, I don't know what person I was talking to last week that said June bugs are blind, and that's why if they get flipped over on their backs, they just kind of sit there and fight
June
it
bugs
out
are
until
not
they die.
blind. They
They're
have
not?
eyes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could have eyes.
No,
I'm
it
not saying
says
they
they're
don't
not.
have
I just
eyes,
asked
you can't
Siri,
see.
and it says June bugs.
So some
bugs are
kind
not
of a
that blind.
beetle was I guess because I've just been seeing all these dead beetles everywhere. Like they're not alive; they're just like shells of themselves. I'm like, what's up with these beetles?
Maybe they only have a lifespan to just eat and procreate.
Like the
and then-
dragonfly is
when you
24
die.
hours?
Yeah.
Is that an urban myth or is that real? The dragonfly has a 24-hour lifespan.
No, that can't be right.
I don't know.
Let me see. I got to look that up. Actually, let's dump
That would
question in and
suck.
see a little.
I don't want to come
early.
back as that.
Dragonfly?
You'd be coming back again really quick.
Someone texted in that coyotes have been known to steal toddlers. So
Oh
Sam,
my God! Are you serious?
I'd
know.
punch a coyote in the face.
Yeah, Santiago, I think he would.
Sounds like you'd probably kick him.
He'd think
Okay,
it's
a
Misty. He'd be like
lifespan.
Misty's best friend. He'd grab
Lick
it.
him.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Misty
that's
and him. Oh my
terrifying.
gosh! Did you see my Instagram
Yeah.
story at Slam Given?
No, what is it?
So we have a sofa, obviously, but our sofa's raised. I don't know why I said it like that. Our sofa, obviously.
Look at her bragging about a sofa.
You've got a
Nice.
couch.
Well, because it was weird to say that we had a sofa.
Yeah.
Our sofa is lifted.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that
Higher.
a ball can fit underneath it.
Okay.
And so
got legs.
Misty's favorite ball that Kev and B have bought her, a little My
Sorry.
Pony ball.
Sorry.
Misty cannot bite this ball. There's
too big.
It's too big.
Okay.
It's not like a kickball material. It's more of like a slippery material. So she
Got
can't
it.
get her teeth in it.
Got
So
it.
she noses it all around. And because our sofa is raised, the ball gets stuck underneath the sofa. Misty is small enough that she can fit under the sofa.
She gets stuck.
It is so annoying.
But she does not get stuck.
Does not
Just
get
being there for an hour and a
She
half,
just-
I was like, man, this dog.
She's
knocks the ball.
intense. She's intense.
Have
So
you
she
ever
keeps
thought-
trying to go in underneath the sofa to get the ball, and then Santiago is looking underneath the sofa to try and get the ball with her, and it was just
Was
so
it in your
cute.
stories or was that on your? It was in your
It was just on my
stories.
stories, yeah. Because and the thing is, right now I cannot put pants on this child. Like he hates diaper changes and he hates wearing pants.
Yeah, let him be free.
So you'll see like a
So-
little diaper butt in
Aria,
there,
I mean,
like looking down under the sofa.
Santi is just not walking yet. I mean, he's trying to get there, but he's just really crawling, right?
He's taking a lot of steps.
Okay, so
Oh, that's
Right now,
good.
he's
but
not like
explain
full
to me
walking.
how he's getting the ball, but Misty
No,
can't.
he's just looking. Look at
Oh,
my.
he's
He's
just
Look at
looking
Roula.
at it.
Roula,
Okay,
look
I'll
at
look at
Sam's Instagram.
Instagram.
By the way, I got your
He's
your
just
answer. The
cute,
lifespan
so
of a
butt up.
dragonfly is up to 56 days.
Yeah, it says here 7 to
Still pretty
56.
sad.
So 7 is
6
the
days.
lowest. It could die at 7.
Yeah, but time is relative. I mean, think
It's
about
true.
it. To them, a day may feel like a month.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I know how that feels. Especially in school. Like I told my daughter, I'm like, I could not.
Yeah.
She's in high school. I go, my day was great. Did the show, worked out. Went to Central Market, had lunch with my wife, with your mom, and picked you up and ready to
Preschool
celebrate
time.
Yeah.
the New Year and stuff. She's like, yeah, school does suck. I'm like, oops.
Yo, the
Yeah.
other night I
Yeah,
was
but
I'm
I'm
up.
just saying, but you got to work hard to get to that point where you can enjoy
I know,
life.
because here's the hard part. We really have to keep our mouths shut about what's useless and what's not, because we don't know what's going to be useless for them, because we don't know what our kids ultimately will end up doing. So for us to tell them, you're never going to use this stuff, why we have to learn it, We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, because if I can't tell my kids you're never going to use math, what if they want to grow up and be engineers and they need all the math? So the other night I was up till 11:10 with my 5th grader because we had gone to birthday dinner, and birthday dinner went longer than we expected, and she had 20 minutes of this thing left to do on her computer for her class. And so she was so determined to do it, but I was falling asleep. Everyone was asleep. And I was like, sweetie, she had to get to an 85. And every time she got to an 82, then she got to an 83. And if you answer one question wrong, it would drop you down to a 72.
Oh, no.
my
Y'all,
gosh.
it was so frustrating. I could not.
That is
And I
the
finally
worst.
just said, baby girl, it's okay. I'm going to send an email to your teacher and tell her how hard you tried, but I'm going to tell her that I'm making you stop. You cannot. I'm exhausted and you are exhausted. You're not going to wake up in the morning. And then she's like, no, mommy, I'm almost there. And then she got back to 82 and I go, just leave it. Just leave it. You're 3 points away. Let's just go to bed. And because the next question was about square meters. And I was like, oh God, I don't know. I don't
82.
know.
You don't go back to 70. Then
I
you-
don't know. I
Right.
don't know. And then she goes, no, I really think this is the one, Mommy. I go, oh, God, I don't know, honey. I don't know. Mommy
Did you
doesn't have
click
the
on it?
answer. I don't think you should click it because 82 is better than 79. Let's just go to bed. Or 72.
It was like a game show.
It was like the most frustrating game show that left you so with a pit in the stomach because she hits the damn
And?
enter. And it was wrong.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And it dropped her back down to 73. And I was
Oh,
like, no. And so I sent this email, and then the teacher, when I send my emails, everyone's asleep. And so when I'm on the air, they'll wake up, they'll check their emails, and here's things I didn't know. And this is my second kid in 5th grade. That there's a time, the teachers can see how long they spent on that site. They can see how long they spent on the site. They can see how many questions they answered. My kid had answered like 85 questions.
Oh, my.
Because she couldn't get to 85. And so the teacher goes, well, I can see that she was on there for like an hour and
Yeah, but you could
30
just,
minutes.
as a kid, you
and
could
I
just
can see,
click on and walk away.
No,
they
no,
probably see
you
how
have
many
to do the
questions.
questions.
Oh,
If it said she was on for 2 hours and did 3 questions.
Right,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
First of all, then
It
something's
shows,
wrong.
yeah,
a
it
really
shows how
tough
many
question.
questions. And she goes, well, I can see how long she was on. I can see how many questions she did. So, no, it's fine. As long as they do like at least 45, we're okay with that. Or whatever the number is. I got to requote. But I was like, what? Had I known that,
Yeah.
Or
I
done
would have
less.
been so frustrated.
Could've went to bed at 10:30.
When I went to sleep. All right, coming up next, big news for the A&M area. If you are a country music fan of King George, a lot of people were clamoring yesterday. Oh my God, what is happening at Kyle Field? I'm going to basically tell you without telling you, and then I'm going to tell you my parent fail. So it's a twofer in Scoop Mix. I got a parent fail, and I got King George news. Here's your weather for today.
It looks like it's going to be cloudy, mid 70s right now, 56 degrees and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
on KRBE.
Okay, so if you are a longtime Houstonian, you definitely have a soft spot in your heart for the Houston Rodeo. Of course, Rodeo Houston just finished up. Some people are having like what's that? It's not PTSD. that's a bad
Withdrawal.
word. Withdrawal. Thank you. Like when you've had so much fun for 3 weeks and you're so involved, and you're like, oh,
Now
it's
there's just like a
over.
void in my life.
Like Rodeo Houston's Instagram is actually pretty good because they're showing like on Monday because it was closed. They were showing like fast little clips of like when it was super packed to now what it looks like right now because
Oh,
they're tearing
wow.
it down.
Yeah.
And then super packed and then tearing it down or just sitting still. It's like good times this season. And so as a native Houstonian growing up in this city, having gone to the rodeo in the Dome all the way to what it is now, I know that George Strait is the king in the eyes of Rodeo Houston goers who are Houstonians. I mean, George Strait is the king of country, and it's like, oh my God, George Strait. That's why in the last few years they did like rodeos with George Strait, but they're not really rodeos.
It's the
a
concert
for
after
him.
the rodeo, yeah.
And he had a residency in Vegas. I went to go see him. It took me to go to Vegas to go see George Strait to actually get to meet him.
For how long?
A long time at T-Mobile Arena.
He
A
didn't go
long
every
time.
day. He would,
it
like-
wasn't every day.
Oh, okay.
It was like
Like the first weekend or something of.
it was like 12 weekends a year or something
Yeah.
for the
wow.
weekends. And it took
It's a
me
fun fact.
Yes, totally fun. And here's another fun fact, Sam. When I went to that show with my husband in Vegas, T-Mobile Arena,
Yeah.
and I was waiting to meet George Strait, there was a guy in front of us also waiting to meet George Strait. You're just kind of keeping to yourself. And the guy turns around, he goes, "Oh my God, are you Roula from the Roula and Ryan Show?" I go, "Oh my gosh, yes, I am. Thank you so much." He's like, "Oh my God!" Like this guy's been a fan of our show for so many years,
Aw.
and he has never met us. He's never gone anywhere to see us.
He had to go to Vegas to see
And
it.
he's like, I cannot believe I'm in Las Vegas. And he
then
gave
I
me,
ran into
he
you.
could not, it was like it was like a reaction, like when you burn your hand and you pull it away.
Yeah.
He could not help but like hug me. Like he like lunged at me to hug me because he just was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. My first time in Vegas, I'm getting to meet George Strait and I listened to your show all these years. And he was asking my husband, can you take a picture picture of me and your wife? It was just really cute. It was really cute. That's
funny.
So George Strait has a soft spot in my heart, and I know in a lot of people's hearts. And George Strait yesterday dropped that he is going to be doing one show only in Texas on June 15th, and it is at Kyle Field in College Station at Texas A&M. Parker McCollum is going to open for him. And don't you know I signed up for the pre-sale? Yes, I did yesterday.
Did you?
And there's pre-sale, and then the tickets will go on sale. And it's
Pre-sales on Friday, and then the general sales are March 28th.
And doesn't Kyle Field hold like 70,000 people?
Well,
Or
they're
is it
saying
100?
Pretty damn big.
Did
It's
they
huge.
redo it? They're saying this is the inaugural concert at Kyle Field, is what they're saying.
Well, because I
in
don't
the
think there's been a
Maybe they've
concert
never
at
done a
Kyle Field
concert
like
before.
this.
I mean, they redid the field like what?
A long time ago. I
8
feel
years
like.
ago, 5 years. Was it during Johnny football time? I
Yeah,
can't
because
Johnny
remember.
that's
Manziel.
what, if you watch that Johnny Manziel special, Kyle Field, y'all, the capacity is 102,733.
Whoa.
You think he'll sell it out?
Yes, he will.
102,000?
Yes, he will. So should I just book my
Would it
hotel
be
now?
more than
Because where am I
that?
going to stay there?
You should absolutely book your hotel
There's like
now.
nowhere to stay.
Yeah,
We
but
should
think about
there.
it. That is a long
Absolutely.
drive from Houston to get to A&M.
it's not
like
really.
it's not like the rodeo where you can just zip into NRG.
Pretty fast. My friend, the
an
doctor
hour and a
there.
half?
What is
gets
it?
back
Hour and a
in-
half? 90-minute drive?
That's not that long. That's
That's
like
not
going Clear
Without
Lake
traffic.
to Sugarland.
Without
I
traffic.
try to get to Conroe right now. It'll take me an hour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you want
So
to do that?
that's going to be very exciting.
Oh my gosh.
Kevin, you
George
got to stop
Strait.
bagging on Conroe.
George
My
Strait's
brother
running
lives
joke.
there. He does not appreciate it.
And you say 102,000
That's who
people.
emails me.
Uh-huh.
But that's not counting people could be on the field.
Well,
Right?
that's actually a good point, Eric, because it
They have
says here
102,000 to watch
the
a football
capacity is-
game.
Yeah, 102,733. Kyle Field is
You
the
could probably get
largest
another
football
10,000.
stadium in the Southeastern Conference and one of the largest in the nation. 7 times a year, they welcome fans with a howdy and a full Aggie spirit on display.
Howdy.
7 times a year. Why 7? They only do 7 games there?
Only
seven home games?
Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
you got away games,
You only play like
14 games.
14,
Yeah,
15
there's not
games.
a lot. It's
All right, so that's a
not
good
like
point.
baseball
Does that
Nope.
not count
or
the
basketball.
floor? Yeah, it does not count
Isn't that
the
crazy?
floor.
All the money it costs to build that, and only for 7
then,
games
yeah.
a year.
But think about the
Or do
money
they-
it generates.
Do they share it with any other sports, like soccer or anything?
Well, A&M, so they're so rich.
Oh, that's
I don't.
true.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know about the A&M,
Think about
the
the-
Aggie soccer team.
They got like 3 ex-coaches.
Well, I
They're
figured
each
they would
getting
have.
paid millions and
What,
millions.
if they're
True.
D1, they probably have a soccer team. Don't
Y'all
they?
can text us because lots of
I don't
Aggies
know.
listen
I'll
to
go-
the show.
yeah.
37530. Y'all tell us. And what else happens at Kyle Field? All the sports
Do you know,
happen at Kyle Field.
Great
Right.
Nations.
Do you know? Okay, so you said Parker McCollum is warming up, but also somebody named Katie Offerman.
I know. I don't know her.
You know who
'cause I
that
don't
is?
I don't know. I don't know my deep
Who is
new
it?
country.
Katie Offerman.
Oh, that was Caitlin.
No relation to
It's
Nick.
not Caitlin.
Yeah, I say I keep thinking Nick Offerman.
No, it's Katie.
okay.
Katie Offerman.
Okay, let me tell you this real quick because it's still early and it's still fresh on the mind, and maybe they're not up yet. But actually, I know my husband just texted. He goes, "Why the hell is MJ in our bed?" And I was like, "You're about to find out." So I have 3 kids. My youngest is 9.
Surprise!
COVID.
And last night, my son was really having separation anxiety from my daughter because they are kind of pair off like little buddies, and they like to sleep in the same room together. But yesterday, my daughters wanted to pair up and sleep in the same room together. So he was like, "Mommy, I don't want to sleep by myself. I'm scared." And I was like, "You're not scared, buddy. What are you scared of? Tell me what you're scared of so I can help you out." So we're talking it through. Put him to bed in his room. Charlie, our dog, is in there with him so that she keeps him company. And as far as I know, I closed the door. He went to sleep. And I was so tired yesterday. Lately, when I've been sleeping, it's been so deep, guys, that nothing is waking me up. It's like vampire sleep, like very deep sleep. And if you're trying to wake me up, it's very hard for me to just even come around. Sometimes you can kind of stir and then you're like awake.
Yep.
There's no stirring. So I just remember in the middle of the night, my son comes to me with a panic voice. It is a panic voice. I do know this. And I'm so tired. I'm battling myself, trying to understand him. But it wasn't one of those parental "Oh my God, what happened?" So you can what's happening to you? I just know that he was panicked and he was trying to whisper to not wake up my husband. And he kept bending over me in the bed to kind of get my attention for whatever his issue was. And I couldn't understand him. I kept saying, "What are you saying? What about rice? What about rice? You want a cup of rice?"
Oh my God.
At 2 in the morning.
And I asked him, "What time is it, buddy?" Because my iPhone is on the nightstand, but you have to tap it to come awake.
Right.
And I was, so tired, my eyes were not going to focus. And I asked him what time it was, and he walked away like he was going to the bathroom to find a clock. I was thinking, "What time is it?" He comes back. I go, "Buddy, what time is it?" And he goes, 209. I do remember that.
Oh.
And we kept talking about rice. I did. Whatever he was telling me, I was like
Uncle Ben's?
You want rice?
Rice University?
I know you want rice. And y'all, I was too tired to actually wake up and see what the child wanted. So when I woke up, the child was on the floor, on the dog bed, with a blanket he had pulled himself. Curled up at the foot of our bed on the floor, on the dog bed. So when I got up, I was like, oh my God, buddy, wake up and get mommy's side of the bed. Wake up and get mommy's side of the bed. So he couldn't rouse up. And then I finally got him in the bed, and then I got dressed to come to work. So Tasso texted, how did MJ end up in our bed? And I was like, that's how.
What's up with the rice?
Yeah.
I want to know what he was saying.
Well, he's probably
was
just having a
he
dream and he's
saying?
half conscious.
No, he was
if he's
not having a
awake.
dream, Ryan. I was the one that was not comprehending him, and he was really trying to tell me something. Like either, do we guess that something scared him, and he's at? Because if he had asked to sleep in my bed, I would have just made room, or he would have just snuggled next to me. But it was not that. He kept bending over me, trying to get my attention to do something, and I was like, "What about rice? You want rice?"
So wait, I'm confused. So if
Maybe it was
he,
your dream about rice. He wasn't even saying that.
I was not dreaming about
Yeah.
rice, Eric. I was not dreaming about rice.
but if he is sleeping in the dog's bed, where's the dog?
She was upstairs.
Okay.
Charlie didn't care.
I got two more kids upstairs.
Okay.
She probably just
She's
moved
probably
over.
yeah, she's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, my dog used to take turns. Go to one person's bedroom for a little bit, and then to the next person.
Yeah. Tassa, I
he ends
texted
up
Tassa,
running.
what was he
Misty locked
saying?
in our room.
And he said he's asleep still. Well, you let me know, because
Yeah.
my parent fail was not having the awake. Like, what do you need? What
I
do
don't
you
think
need?
that's a fail.
It is a
yeah.
fail, because whatever
you're
this
too
kid
hard
was
on
telling me
yourself.
tried for a long time, I feel like, and I just was like, kid, mom's sleeping.
I'm
And
not functioning.
And he gathers
You're a
himself on
human
the
being,
floor.
you know. Go back to bed.
Only one other time I felt really bad when he was like 3. He came to the door and he was so worried he's going to wake us up. He laid down on the floor in front of our bedroom door,
Like a puppy
3
dog.
years old, and just slept there. I felt so bad in the morning when you open the door and he's just
Of
sleeping.
course, he
by
goes
the
to the mom,
door.
because if you go to the dad's like,
Get your butt back to bed.
Get up there. It's like,
Sanji's going to go to Mark then.
Yeah.
that's what Sam will do.
Oh, speaking of Sam's compassion
Yeah.
from yesterday.
Yes,
That was a
Sam.
great transition, Sam.
You have no empathy. You would just go ahead and.
Go wake up your dad.
So to be continued. When MJ
waking me
wakes
up
up,
for
we'll
this?
find out. But for those
Yeah,
that
please let us know.
For those that caught yesterday's show, Sam was saying how her mother, her father, and her husband all told her she lacks compassion.
They had an empathy intervention.
But the example she gave us yesterday did not lack compassion. So and they said, "Oh no, you're not telling the story right."
Did you find out what the story is?
No, it was the same story. Literally what I said. I think they just were mad that people didn't agree with them.
Oh, because,
They're like, you didn't tell it right. I was like, what do you mean I didn't tell it right? I did tell it right.
But to
See,
them.
that's what's so
So-
great about this job. If you're ever in an argument with your family or significant other, brother, sister,
You can take it to the masses.
yeah, we just
But
come
my
in
mom
here.
has stories from 3rd grade up to like this past weekend.
So we have more things that.
We have a couple more stories.
Why don't we put her on?
May this ruin me? Possibly. Oh, you want her on?
Yeah, we can ask her.
Yeah.
we can ask
Let's
her.
just go
know-
straight to the source.
You know she's awake.
So we'll do that. And
Although I've never
to-
known a parent to come on the air and say, "My child has no empathy, and let me show you how."
Well, that might happen next. And also, Sam,
the first.
the texters at 37530, based on the story of me not waking up with my kids, says Roula has reached Sam's level of compassion.
On the Sam level, Rula, that was like a 2.
yeah,
Five.
you're
But on a my
fine.
level, what was it?
For Sam. I think you think it's a 10.
Sleep's important.
So what's on the list of what makes Sam lack empathy?
We'll go straight to the
And
source.
you said there's other things too
Guys.
besides lack of empathy. You have other things they think about you.
Well, yeah.
Like I think your competitiveness.
So is
Probably.
it a Sam roast by
There's-
your own family?
Yeah, I think her family.
Pretty
was-
much. I think so.
You're going to need therapy after this next
We'll
segment.
discuss this next on the
Better
Roula
help.
and Ryan show.
Yeah. Okay, so Sam, if people want to meet you, something is happening.
Yeah.
Ooh. And Eric's going to be there too for March
Eric's
Madness.
gonna
Yes.
be there. Yes,
Yeah,
March
they don't want to meet me.
Madness.
They want to meet Sam.
Nah, they definitely
No,
want
they
to
wanna meet you.
They'll drink with us. And people always say, Eric, I want to drink a bourbon with you or have a drink with you. Well,
Well, here's your
Now you
chance.
can.
They want to chat with
This
Sam. They
Friday.
want to drink with you.
I want to drink with both of us. We're going to be doing some drinking Friday.
Okay.
No, we're gonna have some fun.
Responsibly, of
Yes.
course. But if you are interested in coming and hanging out with us, we're going to be at Drift Bar Houston. It's over in the Heights. It's off of West 20th Street. You can just type in Google Maps Drift or go to the website driftbarhouston.com. But we're having a huge giveaway also
And we're
for
also-
you to register.
Yeah, we got tons of stuff to give away. And also, if you go to KRB.com right now, there's the $1 Million Bracket Challenge.
Whoa.
I haven't filled my bracket
know.
out yet, but You fill it out
so if you
there.
get it right, you could win $1 million bucks if
$1
you know who the
million
champ's going to be.
bucks. All
The
things to do.
NCAA.
all kinds of cool things.
Basketball
You'll see it right in
championship.
the front page. You know, what do you call that? The generator at the beginning. Of
Yep.
You
Just
just click
that
it.
right there.
Click on it, fill out your bracket if you haven't done it yet, or even if you've done brackets before, who cares? Do 1,000 of them.
It says,
Absolutely. Right?
Increase your odds.
But Drift is sponsoring that with us, and we're going to have so much fun.
We'll be there from 4 to 6, and Drift opens at 2 on Friday.
Cool.
Because I'll be watching the games. They start like at 11, then I'll hop
Pace
over there
yourself,
around 2.
Eric.
Cougs play
Eric's
at 8.
definitely going to have to pace
That's
himself.
great because you got Roula's Cougs, you got
Oh, yeah.
Texas Tech is in it. Who else? UT, A&M's in it. A&M, if they win and Houston wins, I think they play each other.
do they really?
I'll have to look at my bracket.
Oh,
I think they're an 8-9, so that'd be
busy.
If you go to our
A&M versus the
website,
Cougs.
It's
on
all
that-
things Texas.
What'd you call it? Generator? The thing that flips on the website? What do y'all
I call it
that thing?
generator. I don't know what
Okay,
it's called.
it says
but-
it's an American
A little,
tradition
like,
that captures
slideshow.
the focus of millions of fans a year, and they're getting into the hysteria at Drift by giving you the chance to win $1 million. You can jump into the buzzer-beating action by clicking the link right there on our website, entering your picks, and if you make a perfect pick, that's $1 million bracket.
Whoa,
That's
is
awesome.
so awesome.
So try it. What do
Yeah.
you got to lose?
So yesterday at this time, you told us a story about how your family accused you of having no compassion, Sam.
Yes.
And then
Pretty
when
much.
you told us the story, we didn't think it lacked compassion, and then your husband said you're
you.
not telling the story right.
Right.
You're just a dude.
So what happened after the
I'm
show
just
when
a
you
dude.
got home?
Well, my mom was still in town, and I was like, Mom, can you make a whole entire list
You asked
of all these things?
Wow.
Why
of
you
what
lack
you
empathy.
think? Yes, and she sent it to me.
and most moms, but no, there's nothing.
Oh,
You're
baby,
perfect.
you're okay.
No,
Like,
look,
yeah,
look,
try
look.
and soften it.
Like,
Oh my God.
Whoa!
I'm not kidding.
That is a
That
big
is a
text.
list.
So, Mama G
my
is
God.
Look at your
actually
mom.
on.
Oh, she is?
Oh,
yeah.
cool,
Hi,
cool.
Mama
What's
G.
up? Hello.
Good morning.
Good
Well,
morning.
first we want to set this up that obviously you love your daughter very, very much, but why do you think that she's lacking compassion?
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah, Mom. I think, you know what? The more I think about this, the more I think that I'm just the oddball and that I'm too family oriented and I'm too compassionate and caring. So maybe she's not as lacking.
Why are you taking yourself down? Don't
First
tear
of all,
yourself down.
There is no such thing as being too compassionate.
But she just can't. But she can't match up to what your level.
You set the bar
right.
high.
My mom is very emotional, and
Okay, so
I
let's hear
am
it.
the total opposite.
All right. So
Okay.
in what way, Mama G?
Yeah, you're going to start in third grade off
give
your.
us some
I'm going to start in third grade.
The
Yeah,
list
so
that
in
you
third
sent
grade.
me.
I think it was like third or fourth grade. She came home and told me she was called into the counselor's office. And I'm like, why were you called in? And she's like, these girls we weren't getting along, so the counselor called us in. And I'm like, okay. And they gave us animal crackers to represent, like, the group of girls. And she said, and I just broke all the heads off of the animal crackers while I was sitting there with the counselor.
Oh my God, Sam! Sam! I know. Oh my God! Do you remember doing this?
No, but I remember
Holy
this
crap.
story. I
Oh
remember
my God!
this
You
story.
broke all the heads off
I,
of
like,
the
ate their
crackers
heads
representing
off.
the girls.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Serial killer ass.
It's very psycho-esque.
So how do you handle that as a mom? You're like, oh, okay, my child. I think I need to put her.
Well, let's hop to another example.
Yeah, what other grade we got to
kind
go
of
to?
flat. Another example is same age when we told her that I was pregnant with Connor. They were away at church camp and brought them home, and we were like, we have to have a family meeting. And we said, I'm pregnant. And she was 9 at the time, and her brother, who was 12, was like, really? And Sam looked straight at Mike and I, and she's like, what? You are ruining my life. I said,
Oh my God!
she said, how are you going to go to my soccer games? How are we going to go to the movies? How are we going to go to Hershey Park? She's like, you're ruining my life. And then she went out on our deck and sat out there by herself.
and pouted.
I totally pouted.
All right.
man.
Lay some more on us, please.
Everything.
These are good.
Yeah, these are good.
Wow.
Is she
Next,
really
please.
showing you? My
Evil
Yeah.
little child.
Yeah,
Lack
next,
of
please.
compassion.
How about something more recent?
More recent, I just texted her this
She
morning.
did, legit. She's been thinking about this all night long.
Yeah.
My mom said, this
So-
is my time to shine. Go ahead, Mama G.
So it was so super sweet of her and Mark to surprise the whole family by coming home for Christmas. Like beyond, like I'm still shocked and the look on my face. But she no sooner walked in the door. She wasn't in our house 5 minutes. And she said, yeah, we really considered going to Key West before we came home for Christmas. But we thought we'd get in trouble if we went someplace else besides coming home. Like, seriously.
It's like, I don't really want to be here.
So she was guilted into coming home.
That was compassion by me going to Pennsylvania.
You understand that? That's you saying, hey, Mom, you guilted us into coming home.
I didn't really want to come here. I don't really care about my baby being with you for the first Christmas in the snow.
That is true. If she was in Key West, your mom would be so mad to see photos.
Yeah, but you don't tell them that, hey, I really wanted to go somewhere else, but I knew you'd raise a stink.
Or you could just say Mark had a surgery there or something like that.
Because he was in medical field.
It's a Key West Christmas.
Mama G, here it is. Yes, you win.
Yeah.
Sam has zero compassion. And maybe sometimes, Sam, you should think before you speak and just omit that part.
Man.
Sam,
of what you want to say.
Sam, you want to come to therapy with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Show me empathy. Well, Mom, I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Did you cry after they left?
That hurt.
Chris, did you cry? Did you cry once you had to say goodbye?
This is so silly of me. I have cried since the day we dropped her off at college. So that was the running joke that her and Connor would text each other bets.
Do bets.
Yeah.
I guess that's more
cry.
reasons of me not showing empathy. I'm like, when's she going to cry?
You're making fun of her crying.
Who got more
you're
tears?
Trolling her crying. Don't troll her
I
tears.
just don't have tears. They're dried up. My mom has them. Thanks, Mom.
Soulless robot. Soulless robot.
I don't have tears.
Well, I hope Connor has lots of compassion.
Yeah,
so
see?
at least your youngest and
He
favorite
does.
child, the son, after Sam,
For sure.
can really
Carry
just
on the
show you
name.
all the empathy you need, Chris. Okay. Well, thanks so much for being part of the show and
Thanks.
proving why your child lacks empathy. You are correct. Take care.
Have a great day.
You too. Have a great day.
All right, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
I think every kid, by the way, would do that. If they found out they're 10 years old, they're about to have another baby in the family.
How does this affect me?
Yeah.
You.
For sure. It's also my dad's
Your
fault
kid.
because he raised me so spoiled.
Yeah, you're like
Your daddy's
his
girl.
little girl.
I don't know, man.
absolutely
My
daddy's
son is
girl.
9, and if I told him I was pregnant tonight,
To be thrilled.
he would probably start crying from the joy. All 3 of my kids would start crying from the joy if I was having another baby today.
But do you think if it was a little girl and then you're going to
They
have
don't
another
care.
girl?
They would just be, I mean, of course he'd want a brother because he wants a buddy so bad.
Got it. Okay.
Still, you found out
Anybody
can't
has
go
a
into your
3-year-old
games.
they want me to
Yeah.
raise, just bring me a 3-year-old. I can make their dreams come true. I'm not ready for the infant time yet. Mama's busy.
It's like
we got
dogs.
sports.
It's a
I don't
lot.
want a puppy. I want to, if I ever had to do
Fully
it again.
trained, ready to roll.
Yep, dog is like 6 years old.
So actually, you can actually do that, Eric. I'm glad you brought that up because on Friday, ABC 13 is doing a Pick Your Pet adoption drive, and that's happening at Bark, which is at 3300 Carr Street. And like I say, that's from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pet availability is subject to change, but you can get yourself a furry little friend. Sweet. So yesterday was a scary day. Klein Kane High School officials sent a notification to parents yesterday that a 17-year-old senior was arrested and immediately expelled after he was found with a loaded gun on campus. Meanwhile, Alvin ISD had to encourage parents with school-age kids who have weapons to securely store them because a kindergartner brought a gun to school. The incident happened at Savannah Lakes Elementary School. One of the kindergarten students unknowingly brought a firearm to school. Upon discovering the firearm in the backpack, they promptly intervened and confiscated the weapon. But, I mean, this all goes back to being a responsible gun owner. Keep those things locked up and away from your children. The Mega Millions jackpot is expected to climb to $977 million for Friday's drawing. No single ticket won on Tuesday. The total is the 6th largest in Mega Millions history.
Might play now.
Wow.
If I
So
remember.
what's the one,
$977
$1
million.
million at the Antoine location? There was a convenience store in Antoine on I-10.
Really?
A Houstonian won $1 million there.
Man, would they like one number off?
Yeah.
That would suck.
But isn't it kind
Yeah,
of...
the
doesn't suck
would
at
be
$1
nice.
million.
I think $1 million is
But
great,
800
but
million.
let's think about this. It shouldn't be like a
$977 million
percentage
now.
of the jackpot. Like, $1 million doesn't add up if the jackpot is 800 million? Shouldn't it be like maybe 18 million?
At least like
80 million?
a certain percentage.
You know what I mean? Like, give it a percentage, but hey, I'll take $1 million on
Yeah,
a
give that
on a
person
random
10.
quick pick. That'd be amazing.
That's
Good
what's going
grief.
down in H-Town. Special K, you got a prank call.
Is it a telemarketer turnaround, a robocall? What are you going to give us next?
Outright prank call. We got April setting up her mom this morning. Mom just came into town to help out with her brand new baby, and they've got to put her on the lease so she can stay there. No. That ain't happening, y'all. Unless she wants to stay in the little maintenance shack out back.
Oh, my God.
The shack out back is where you're going to be.
She should.
All right, we're going to hear this prank call next on the Roula and Ryan Show.